Guys, I hope you are doing well. This is very amazing session for SQL where we will be cover a comprehensive project based on mastering SQL for exploratory data analysis. So if you are beginner or intermediate, this project will help you a lot in order to understanding exploratory data analysis using project. So guys, the main objective of this session to understand sales data analysis, trend analysis, and also we will be perform advanced aggregation, summary of sales, and profitability analysis of the data. Now, first of all, let me show you the data, what kind of data we will be used in this particular project. So guys, I have CryptoCrunch data, or you can say that this is the price data, where I have buyer address, I have ETH price, USD price, seller address, and the event date, token ID, and the transaction hash, and the name of the CryptoCrunch. If I am talking about, I have 16,000 row in this particular data set. All right. Now, first of all, let me show you the data. So simple, select star from price data. All right. So guys, you can see here, I have this particular data set. So guys, the very first query is how many sales occurred during this time period. All right. So guys, now let me solve this query. So simple, select, and here I am going to count my distant, that is called transaction hash, as total sales from price data. Very simple. All right. So guys, we got 16,000 total sales. Okay. So the question was how many sales occurred during this time period. All right. So this is very easy. Now guys, the next question is, I want to return the top most 5 expensive transaction based on USD price from this data set. And I want to return name, ETH price, and USD price as well as the date. All right. So guys, here what I need, top most 5 expensive transaction. Okay. So it is a very simple. So I want name and I want ETH price, whatever the column I want. So I am writing those column name as well as USD price and the event date I need. And from the table name that is called price data. And I am doing here order by USD price, right? Based on the USD price in the descending order. And I want only first 5 records. Okay. So now let me run this. So guys, you can see here, these are the top 5 record, which is most expensive transaction based on USD price. All right. Easy. Now the next query is, I want to return a table with a row for each transaction with an event column, a USD price column, and moving average of USD price that average the last 5 transaction. Guys, this is very important query. All right. We want to return a table of row of each transaction with an event column. So guys, basically this particular query is analyzing price trends with moving average. Okay. So we use a moving average of the USD price. So guys, remember one thing, a moving average help us to smooth out short-term fluctuation and highlight long-term trends. Okay. So simple, what I need a select, a transaction hash, and here I am going to supply the USD price. After that, guys, what I need, I am going to take my average of USD price. And guys, here I am using over clause, right? So first of all, I want to sort my data based on event date and the rows between 49 preceding, okay, from the current row and current row. Interesting. And that is called my USD moving average from price dataset. Okay. And here I am going to filter, let's say, where USD price does not equal to 0. Simple concept. Can I run this? So guys, here I am getting this kind of output. Let me do one thing. Let me use here the round. Okay. So simple round with 2 decimal point. And here I am saying this is as USD price. And similarly, let me round this. Round off 2 decimal point. Okay. Simple. Now let me execute once again. So now this is the data set I have. So are you understanding what is going on? So here I am going to find out the moving average. Let me export this result as a CSV on my desktop, moving average. And guys, let me open this particular file. Let me tell you, let's say how we are going to calculate moving average. So look at this. So I don't have any preceding 49 rows, right? I don't have any preceding row. So this is the just moving average. So you can see here the moving average of these two particular rows or these two particular cells is 36,890 rupees. Similarly, I am going to calculate this 2596 up to 49 or 50 rows. Look at this. So you can see here the same average I have here, right? Now you can take this current row and this 50 row, right? 1366. Can we match? 1366. Now again, this is your current row and your preceding 49 rows. That's how we are going to calculate moving average. I hope you understood how we can calculate the moving average. Interesting? And guys, the next query is very interesting. I want to return all the NFT names and their average sales price in USD. I want to sort in descending order and the name of the average column should be average price. Okay. So to achieve this, you can use SQL query with group by clause. Okay. To group the NFT name and then calculate the average sales price of each group, right? So what was the query? Let me print here. Okay, guys. So this was the query. So it is very easy. So simple select. I need a name as NFT name, right? As NFT names. Okay. And I need to round an average of USD price. I'm rounding up to 2 decimal. As average price, I need to supply the column name from price data table. Okay. And where I am using group by name and order by average price. Okay. Average price in descending order. Simple. Now let me execute this particular query. So guys, here you can see I have a NFT name and here against the each NFT name, I'm going to show you their average price, right? This is very interesting. And now the next query is, guys, I want to return each day of the week and the number of sales that occur on that day of the week, as well as the average price in ETH and order by the count of transaction in ascending order. All right. So guys, to achieve this, we can use a day of week function in SQL to extract the week from the event date column. Then you can use the combination of the count and average and group by function to calculate the number of sales and the average price of each day of the week. All right. So it is very interesting. So first of all, let me show you the data once again. That is called price data. It is from. All right, guys. So what I'm doing here, first of all, let's say select, and here I'm using day of week, this particular function. By this function, I am going to pass my column name that is called event date. And from this column name, I am going to extract day of week. Okay. For an example, let's say it's the today's date, and I want to extract the week number, as well as I want to count as number of sales. Okay, number of sales. And apart from this, I want to take the average of ETH price as average price in ETH. Interesting. From which table? Price data table. And here I am using a group by, and I need to group by based on this particular column name. Interesting. As well as I want to sort my data order by number of sales in ascending order. So this is very easy query. Now let me select this and let me execute it. So guys, what is happening here? I'm having day of week is null and number of sales is 16,000 and this is the average price. Now let's go to your table that is called price data, and where you can see this is the event date is a text format. That's why my day of week function is not working. So for an example, let me show you. So let's say select, here I am using weekday now as current date and time for an example, or you can say that let's say current weekday. So look at this, I'm having the current weekday is 0. Okay, let me show you the current date as well, so you can easily verify as current date and time. Interesting. So what I'm doing here, so my event date column in the form of a string, so we need to convert that column. Okay, so simple, let me copy the above query. Okay, simple copy and paste here. I am going to take a string to date function. This is the function from MySQL where I am passing my event date, and here I am going to supply my format, just like we supply the format in Microsoft Excel, and slash and the percent capital Y. So this is the particular format I am using here. Okay, so here I am receiving my event date in the form of text. So I am going to convert string to date because my event date is a string, and that string I am going to convert into the date. Interesting. Now let me run this query and we'll see. Okay, now let me copy this. So now guys, let me focus on error. So select list is not group by clause contain non-aggregated column. Okay, so let me copy this, and here we need to pass this one. It will work. Okay, now let me execute it. So you can see the output guys right now. So day of week is 4371562, and here I have number of sales and the average price in ETH. Okay, so this is very interesting solution to find out our number of sales and the average price based on the day of week. All right guys, now the next query is you need to construct a column that describe each sale, and that is called summary. The sentence should include who sold the NFT name, who bought the NFT, who sold the NFT, the date, and what price it was sold for in USD, and rounded to the nearest thousand. Okay, so guys, we need to construct a summary column. So we can construct the summary column using concat function in SQL Server to concatenate the different element of the sales information into a single string, right? So let me do that accordingly. So I'm using here the concatenate function, where what I need couple of things, guys. I need a name, okay, because it is saying who sold the NFT name. So I'm going to supply the name, and here I am saying was sold for, and this the dollar, and here I am going to round my USD price, let's say nearest thousand. So I'm using here the -3, comma, and 2, and to the buyer, right, who bought the NFT. Okay, so that will be a buyer address. So simple buyer address, comma, and from seller address. Easy. Okay, or let me show you the data so that you can easily understand. So select star from price data, and the limit is 1. You can see, right? So here I am passing seller address, and here on, and again I am using here date format. Okay, so date format where I'm using string to date. Here the my column event date, and here I'm passing my format slash %d slash %y. Interesting. So this is my date format function, and here, and my format will be %y hyphen %m hyphen %d. This will be my format. Let me close this, and let me close this here. Okay, as summary from price data. Simple case. And here we are getting an exception. Okay, so let me close this particular bracket. Now let me run this. And here we are getting the details. This is the NFT name was sold for in this amount to this particular buyer from the seller. Look at this, right? On this particular date. So this is very interesting information. So sometimes we want to concatenate multiple column in order to generate a useful information. Okay, so I hope you understood how we can concatenate the nested column with some specific information. All right. Now the next query is you need to create a view. That view name is 1919 purchase, and that should contain any sales where this was the buyer. All right. Interesting. So here I am going to create a view. So simple create view, your view name as I am using here the select, and where I need some specific details. Let's say buyer address, ETH price, USD price, seller address, event date, and maybe if you want token ID. So I'm going to supply the token ID and transaction hash and the name from price data, where buyer address equal to this one. Interesting. Now let me execute this. Unknown column transaction hash. Okay, spelling is wrong. Now let me execute one more time. So guys, it is executed. Okay, let me refresh this view section, and I am going to access the data set. So simple, select the star from, this is my view. So let me execute this, right? So I want to store some specific information based on some specific buyer in the view, and the view name is this particular name. All right. So guys, this is very interesting to create a view based on some specific column where we can filter the data as well. All right. Now the next query is you need to create a histogram of ETH price ranges and round the nearest 100 value. So guys, although we don't have any option to create a histograms, but based on this query, what we can do, so simple select, and I'm going to round my ETH price. Let me show you first of all one information. So when I'm saying 2 as my, let's say, bucket from price data, let's understand first of all this one. Let me execute one more time. So here, this is my particular bucket, right? Where I have 59.9. This is nothing. This is my ETH price in dollar. When I'm doing here -2, okay, so you can see here. So it will be, let's say, nearest to the 100 data points. So 100 and 100 and 100, right? So what I'm doing here, what is the goal to create these kind of bucket? Let me tell you. So here I'm going to count as simple count. And here I want to repeat this asterisk, and I'm repeating whatever the count I have as a bar from price data, and here I want to group by. Again, ETH price and 2 and order by bucket. That's how I'm doing here. Let me execute this. So guys, so when I have sale like 0 to 100, so this is the count. 100 to 200, I have this is the count. For 200, 289, 347. So sometime in case you want to create a, some frequencies based on your price or based on some specific information. So that's how you can achieve this. All right. So guys, this is the very informative query where we want to return a union query that contains the highest price each NFT was bought for and a new column called status saying highest with the query that has the lowest price each NFT was bought for and the status column saying lowest. Okay. The table should have a name column, a price column called price, and a status column. And we need to order the results set by the name of the NFT and the status in the ascending order. So look at this. We can achieve this query using a union query to combine two separate queries, one for the highest price and another for the lowest price. And we need to adding a status column from each query. All right. So let's solve this query. So guys, what I am doing here, first of all, I am going to select a name at the max of USD price as price. And here I am going to calling as a highest price as a status. Interesting. From the same table that is called price data. And I want to group by name. And here I am using a union concept where I want a name, the same name, and the min of USD price as price, and I'm going to calling as a lowest price. And this is also one of the status. And again, the group by name and order by name, ascending order by default in ascending order, and the status is also in ascending order. Interesting. Now let me run this. Unknown column name. Okay. All right. So here also we need to supply from price data. Let me run right now. So guys, you can see here. So this is the same NFT name, right? Where this is the highest price and this is the lowest price. Although highest and lowest price is same. For this NFT, right? CryptoCrank 1000, this is the highest price and this is the lowest price. Okay. Now the next query is what NFT sold the most each month? And you need to take the month based on year combination. Also, what was the name and the price in USD, and you need to sort this data in chronological format. Okay, so let me do that. All right, guys. So guys, here I am using a very interesting concept. Let's say year and month and row number. Okay, so let me supply first of all select statement, and here I am using year where I am passing string to date, and this is my event date. Event date, and my event date in the form of this particular format as year. And similarly, I am using a month. Same concept. And now let me copy and paste as month. And here I want name and the USD price. And here I am using a row number, guys. Over. So guys, here I am passing the partition by. And here I am passing directly my year and the month and order by USD price in descending order. Interesting. And here I am saying as a sales rank from price data. Okay, let me execute this. So guys, here I am getting an exception, unknown column year in the window partition by. So what we can do, I can copy this line of statement. And in place of year, I can paste. And let me hit the enter. And in place of month, I can copy this line of statement. And let me paste here. Okay, now let me execute this. So guys, here we are getting, this is year, month, and this is NFT name, USD price, and their sales rank. All right. And now I am going to store, or I'm going to convert as a monthly sales with the help of CTE. Okay, let me adjust here. Simple. You can see here. And now what I need here, I am using select. I want year, I want month, I want name as most sold NFT, comma USD price as price in USD. Interesting. From my CTE name that is called monthly sale. Simple. Where sales rank, okay, equal to 1 and the order by year and month. Interesting. So guys, this is the complete query. Now let me execute this. So now you can see here, right? We are getting this answer. So what is happening here? So first of all, I have converted my event date into the year and month, although I can, concatenate here as well. And this is my name, USD price, and I want to partition my data based on year and month. All right. And I'm going to sort my data set based on USD price in descending order. And I have stored this particular information in my CTE. And from the CTE, I need some specific column. So those column I have supply, and then I'm going to filter the data set and sorting the data set based on year and month. All right. So guys, these kind of methods offers a comprehensive perspective on the leading NFT names in terms of sales volume during various periods. Okay. So guys, these kind of Windows function will help you a lot in terms of understanding the price based on rank, right? So guys, but can you see here in every solution, we are using string to date, right? Whenever we are going to process event date, okay? So instead of writing every time string to date, so we want to convert this textual date, okay? So how we can do that? What I'm doing here, update, let's say my price data, and I want to set, let me provide the semicolon here. I want to set event date, that is called string to date, and here event date again, and I'm passing my format, this one. All right. So can we execute it? So guys, I have run this line of statement successfully. Now let me verify this. So simple select a weekday from the event date as weekday from price dataset. Let me execute it. So here we are getting the weekdays. Okay. So right now, no need to provide every time string to date. So I have converted this my event date in the form of this particular format. Okay. Interesting. Now guys, the next query is I want to return the total volume, sum of all the sales round to the nearest 100 on a monthly sales, right? Month and year. So what we can do here? So simple, let's say select concatenate. And here I need year, right? Because I want year and month. So year from the event date directly we can supply because we have already converted. And here I'm using function lpad that is called month event date and simple 2 and 0. Okay, because I want to add the leading 0, okay, as month and year. And here I am using around sum of USD price, again -2 as total volume from price data. And then guys, I'm using group by month and year and order by month and year in ascending. Simple concept. So are you understanding why I am using LPAT? Because when I'm extracting the month, I want to supply a leading 0. That's why I'm using this. So look at this, right? 2017 and here 06. So this is the total volume. So the query was, I want to return the total volume, sum of all the sales, and that volume I want to nearest 100 on monthly sales. So that's why I am doing -2. Interesting. So now guys, this is the final query. Okay, and this is very amazing. We need to create a estimated average value calculator that has a representative price of collection of every day based off these criteria. And you need to exclude all daily outlier sales where the purchase price is below 10% of the daily average price. And you need to take the daily average of remaining transaction. So the first point is you need to create a query that will be used as a subquery. Select the event date, the USD price, and the average USD price of each day using a window function and save it as a temporary table. Once it's done, use the temporary table you have created in part 1 and to filter out the rows where the USD price is below 10% of the daily average and return a new estimated value, which is just the daily average of the filtered data. Guys, this is very amazing query. Let me paste this query in the SQL editor. Okay, so first of all, we need to create a temporary table, okay, where I need event date, USD price, and average USD price based on the event date, right? So let me do that. So guys, simple, I am going to create a temporary table that is called temp table as when I'm using select, I need an event date, I need USD price, and I need average price, guys. Over partition by, and I'm going to cast my event date. Okay, so event date as a date because this is the string. So I'm going to cast in the form of date. Okay, and here I am saying that is a daily average price. And from which table? Price data table. Simple concept. Can I run this? So guys, is run successfully. So I have created a temporary table, okay, based on the event date and USD price. And if I want to display the record from my temporary table, so simple temp table. So this is my temp table where I have event date, USD price, and the daily average price. Although daily average price is also changing, right? Now, let's say select event date and the average of USD price. This is called estimated value. Okay, right? So we are going to call the estimated value. From the same table, temp table, and where your USD price greater than 0.9. Okay, 90%, right? Of the daily average price. And I want to group by based on event date. Now let me run this. Interesting. So this is your average estimated value against the event date. Interesting, guys. So that's how, we can solve this query. So guys, that's how you can solve a lot of query from this data set. Although from this data set, I have only limited column where I have buyer address, ETH price, USD, sales, event date, token, and CryptoCrunch name. Okay, so I hope you enjoy thoroughly in the session. And if you have any questions or suggestion, please let me know in the comment box. Or if you are looking for more advanced project on SQL, please let me know your thought in the comment box. So for now, you can practice of these kind of query. I will be provide this data set and all the query, whatever I have written. All right. And for now, thanks for watching and have a great day.